Hey everyone, thanks for joining me on a new DIY video. Now, many of you have been asking, when are you going to set up the Tahoe for flat tow? Well, it's been a while. You know, we've been towing our Mustang for a long time. We have Stella now. She is capable of towing the Tahoe behind us, a 2007 Tahoe. If you didn't watch a video about this Tahoe that we got, great deal on it. We'll link it up above. But the time has come. We're prepping to start flat towing the Tahoe with Stella, and we decided to set up a whole new flat tow system using e-trailer, mostly e-trailer equipment. As you know, they are a sponsor of our video and they have a great amount of towing equipment, especially flat tow equipment. So we have a higher capacity now, 10,000 plus pound tow bar. First thing we have to do, we gotta get the base plate on the Tahoe. That's gonna be the easiest thing to do. We're gonna break this up into a different series. We'll do the base plate today. Then of course the tow bar setup, the braking system, the lighting, we're gonna do all that. Try to make it as clear as possible so you can save yourself a bunch of money ordering these parts yourself, doing the installation yourself. It's not all that difficult. But before we get into all of this, please take a moment, make sure subscribe, notification bell's on. That way when we release new videos, specifically these DIY videos, you're gonna get notified. So let's get right into this. We're gonna jump forward. Before we go backwards, we do wanna thank the sponsor of this video. Is going to be Release Cleaner. There it is. Release Cleaner is an all-in-one cleaning solution that we have been using on our motorhome and our vehicles and really everywhere for quite some time. And it's really nice because it cleans all different types of surfaces. So whether it's a bumper, which I'm going to demonstrate on you with paint, wheels, roofs, tires, plastic, glass, it doesn't really matter. The formula in Release was originally developed for the aeronautics industry. It's made in the USA. There's no sulfurs, dyes, or scents in it. And it just does a great job. So what I'm going to do is we're going to turn ourselves around here. So it's perfect for those people that are RVing out there like us. You show up to a place and everything is full of bugs. It had time to do its work, so I'm just going to take a microfiber towel. I'm going to quickly and easily just wipe away, and like magic, the bugs are gone. How easy is that? You can see it also works on the chrome here, and everything is gone. Now you can buy Release in different sizes. You certainly can get the 32-ounce bottle. That will be the most expensive. However, if you buy the 1-gallon concentrate, you're going to get 80 32-ounce bottles at the strongest solution, which is 1 part Release to 20 part water. That is the solution that we use. They also have, of course, all the different spray bottles. You get a lot of people asking, where do you get the foam dispenser? ReleaseCleaner.com. Go there, use the discount code ENDLESS10. You get 10% off of your purchase. If you get that concentrate, it comes out to a little over $1 per 32-ounce bottle. Plus, any order over $100 is free shipping throughout the United States. Many of our viewers love Release. We carry it on board with us all the time. We use it all the time. If you want more information, go to ReleaseCleaner.com. We'll put the information down below. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is remove the bumper. Now, it's very easy on this Tahoe or Silverado, anything of this time frame. I actually did how to do that to replace the headlights on this. It's not a difficult task. Couple bolts, little flexibility. But I'm going to give you a quick overview on how to do this. Now, there are some bolts on the inner fender lining. You want to remove those bolts as well as the clips. Once you are able to remove that, you're going to unhook your fog lights. Once you remove those bolts and clips from the fender liners, you will disconnect the fog lamps. There's then 4 bolts underneath the bottom of the bumper. You're going to remove those 4 bolts. After getting those bolts out, you're then going to move up over the grill and remove all the bolts from the top. Those are 10mm bolts. Once you get all those bolts off from the top and the bottom, you're simply just going to give a nice little tug to that bumper, work it out, and just take the bumper off. Next thing we're going to do are remove both tow hooks, remove the bolts, and remove the tow hooks. Once you get those tow hooks off, you're going to go back to the back of the bumper. There's 2 tow hook covers. You're going to remove those covers. You're going to have to trim those covers up. Once you make your cuts into those tow hook covers, what I did, I just used a Dremel, opened them up a little bit more. They don't have to be perfect. It's just enough to fit the area where the clevises are going to hook on. All right, let's get ready to put the actual base plate in. I already did the passenger side. So e-trailer makes it super easy. Driver side, the other one says passenger side. Also, where the chain is going to go, your safety chains, you want that to be on the outside. So the first thing I'm going to do, since I already did this off camera, I'm going to loosen the bolt on the top of the bumper itself. It's a 21mm bolt. We're going to loosen it and remove it. Okay, we'll be using this later. All right, now what we're gonna do, we're going to slide the actual base plate to where the tow hook used to be. So we're gonna slide that right in. Now, the 2 bolts that we had before, we're only gonna use 1 bolt. So you wanna make sure that the holes are lined up. So we're going to reuse the old bolt from the bumper, I'm sorry, from the tow hook. You remember that old bolt that went through? The short one, we're not going to reuse. That's gonna stay with the tow hook. We're going to be supporting this with a 2nd bolt. We'll show you later on. Now, they do give you 2 bolts that it comes with. However, in the manual, it says in the directions to reuse the bolt. So it doesn't really matter. I'll keep the old one. So you're gonna slide the bolt through. You can see right in the outside. I'm going to throw a little bit of Loctite on there, blue Loctite as recommended in the manual. And I'm just going to loosely fit this. You don't want to tighten it down because, again, there's a 2nd bolt that has to go on. So in the rear portion here, you're going to have this bolt. It goes to bolt, the lock washer, and the actual washer. We're going to put, again, some blue Loctite. And then we're going to try to line this up as best as possible. Once you get that bolt down on the bottom, you're just going to firm this one up. I'll torque it down with the torque wrench to the appropriate pounds. Now that that base plate is on, I'm just gonna put that top bolt back through to hold the bumper in place. And then we'll torque that down also. So now we're gonna do everything reverse. We'll put the fascia covers back in, bumper back on. I may have to trim those covers a little bit more. I don't know if I'm gonna need more clearance. But we're gonna put everything back in reverse, put everything back in, bolt it all in, and see what it looks like. That's it, we're wrapped up. This is a pretty easy install. It took me a little bit longer because I'm setting up cameras, whatever, but I think I could have knocked this out in about 90 minutes or so, maybe even less. Now, I had some experience taking the bumper off, so this wasn't my first time. This is a very easy bumper to take off, but it's pretty simple. So again, the number for this, the part number, it's gonna be on eTrailer.com. It's the classic base plate, part number E98959. That's for a 2007 Tahoe. It's gonna fit an Avalanche and anything else, probably Suburban also. But if you need a base plate, you have a different model, they have them for you. They have their own branded stuff, high quality stuff. Looking forward to using it. This will actually work. The clevises are Demco clevises. That's what it's going to work with. This is the first part, probably the most difficult part of this whole install regarding setting up the flat toe for the Tahoe. We have a different braking system we're going to use. We're going to do a video install on that. Of course, we have the tow bar, which we're going to be setting up on the Motorhome. We'll do a video on that. The lighting system, we're going to go wireless for sure. It's way less work. We'll do a video on that. And then we're going to do a whole video on the final setup. Once we have it for a while, just kind of give you a full overview and review of how it's working for us. In the comments below, let us know, have you set up your own base plate? I couldn't find anything online regarding this particular model, like a detail install, so put it in the comments below. Also, to the left of us, if you like videos like this, to the left of us, we'll put our RV DIY playlist, also our RV Essential Upgrades playlist, and for myself and MJ's who's upstairs doing videos. It's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.